From Studio 3 at Buzz TV, it's The Horse's Mouth with Tom McManus.
Welcome to another edition of The Horse's Mouth here. Tommy Max, of course, at my bar where everybody's welcome to have a seat, grab a beverage, and get a chance to tell their story. It's the B. Teal segment with my good friend David Sillick, president of TAB Jacksonville, and we got an iconic family member of the Ashurian family right here at the bar. We're going to talk a little real estate and talk a little Jacksonville. Let's get into it right here. On The Horse's Mouth, Tiffany Ashurian. How are you, Tiffany?
Great, thanks.
Welcome from Ashco Centers, part of the Ashurian big conglomerate, I guess, if you will. Great to have you on the show.
Wonderful to be here, Tommy.
Absolutely. David, how are you, brother?
Tommy, great to see you, buddy.
Always a pleasure, man.
Yeah, man.
Real estate.
Good.
So you grew up in a real estate family. I think your father was on the show not too long ago, talking about the shopping centers and all that.
Yes.
But you grew up in a real estate family. What was that like, learning about real estate early on in your life?
You know, it's been amazing because I've gotten to see roads that you would go on that were like all trees on I-95.
Yeah,
and
sure.
now you see all of these apartments and shopping centers and all of this growth.
Yeah.
I remember when they were just mining the town center and it was literally piles of dirt.
Right.
So it's great to see the city come so far.
It's amazing. I've been here 30 years now this year. Mm-hmm. And it's amazing the growth in this town. And it's coming. There's more coming, which is fantastic. There's still more land to be developed, David. It's a great time to be in Jacksonville.
Yeah, it's incredible. I remember when the town center project was first announced. Mm-hmm. Big stories for us in the media back then, and to see it evolve and grow and grow and grow. Yeah. You have a new project coming out of the ground at the town center right now, right? In addition to the ones that are existing.
Yes, we're so excited. We have 16,400 square feet coming up. It should be ready before the end of the year, and
Cool.
we were 70% leased pre-construction,
Okay.
which I am so psyched about.
Heck yeah.
Yeah, that's something
Yeah.
that never used to happen.
Yeah.
And, now we're calling these national brands that before they'd be like Jacksonville, like that's not on our radar. We don't want to be there.
Yeah.
And now it's like Jacksonville is the #1 city that people are moving to, 100
doubt.
people a day. So it's an exciting time to be
Well,
here.
just a great place to live. The transportation with 295. I mean, you got the port, you got the rail. I mean, you can do a ton of business in Jackson.
We did a segment earlier with Mark Lamping and Ron
Oh
Oxley,
yeah, Mark's great.
And we were talking about how Jacksonville is, in the 30 years nearly that I've been here, the fits and the starts. And, it's there. We're on the cusp of it.
Yeah.
And then something would happen. We're there. It's real this time.
Yeah.
I mean, it really is.
I agree. I will say, though, it'll be really real when we move the jail. Yeah. From Main Street.
I like it, yeah.
That is real. Get
like
that out of here and get it going. But so what's your role with Ashco,
So
Tiffany?
I am the vice president of leasing
Okay.
and acquisitions.
Okay.
So I get to scout for new tenants, bring national brands in,
Okay.
and then also seek new properties. We are definitely in expansion mode,
Okay.
and we're looking for properties anywhere from $5 million to $50 million
Okay.
at high traffic intersections, high income, 120,000 plus.
Okay.
So it's exciting to be in growth mode.
Absolutely. In shopping centers, is that what you focus on? Is that what you're talking about, the acquisitions?
Shopping centers
Okay.
as well as raw land. We do our own development.
All right.
And
That's
the
exciting.
construction division.
Yes, that's
Yeah.
right.
So did you go so you went to Bowles.
I
Where'd you go to
did.
college? Florida?
I went to Harvard undergrad and then Harvard Business School.
You're a smart kid.
Thank you.
David, you're bringing these smart women to my table, man.
Tommy, I
Unbelievable.
ran away from the cold. I want
Yeah.
nothing to do with snow, and
Yeah.
I think that's the beauty of Jacksonville, right? We have the beach, we have the river.
No doubt.
There's so
Yeah.
much to do, and I know you talked about, cities having their prison on the river. Boston has one.
Yeah, do they?
Yeah,
Do they?
they do, yeah.
I didn't know
But
that.
I do agree we definitely need to better utilize
Okay.
the space and land that we have. One of the biggest points, I think, in Jacksonville is to activate our waterways.
Okay.
So, you go to Tampa and there's all these wonderful,
No doubt.
riverfront restaurants and
Yep.
things going on. And that's what I would really love to see.
No doubt. We were in Pompano Beach a couple weeks ago, my wife and I, for a few days. They have a ton of construction going on, and their boardwalk on the beach went for miles, and it was filled with shops and restaurants and
incredible.
bars. So cool.
Any interest from your family in downtown Jacksonville?
We are reviewing several properties, but I will say that one thing that's different about Jacksonville as opposed to some of the other cities is that we've grown horizontally rather than growing vertically. A company would much rather have the frontage and the signage in a corridor like Beach and Hodges where people can see them versus, you know, being in a high tower, you know?
Sure.
So I think that that's been our primary focus.
So you guys are in growth mode. You got a bunch of cash to throw out there and grab assets, right? You got to feel pretty good about the market overall and the future of Jacksonville, right?
Absolutely. We believe in Jacksonville. As you mentioned earlier, we buy and hold because we love to grow this city. This is our heart. This is our family.
So she went to Harvard and I went to Boston College. How does that happen, Dave? Not sure.
Boston College is a great school.
Great school,
yes.
absolutely. So where on the Charles River is the prison? It's got to be the Charles River, right?
It is on the. I never visited that city.
I might have spent.
I stayed out of trouble.
But Tommy kind of vaguely knows where it's at.
Kind of the area. I skirted around it, absolutely. Okay, so it's the Be Teal segment. You're born and bred here. You're grown, raised everything. You're living and doing business. What does it mean to be teal? What does it mean to be a Jacksonvillian? How about that? What does it mean to you?
I totally believe in the roar of the Jaguars and the pride of our city. It means doing whatever it takes to see the city succeed. It means believing in our local businesses, and it means going the extra mile to make sure that we plant our flag. On a daily basis, I'm calling national restaurant groups, national retailers, telling them about our city. When they come in, I'm driving them around, showing them all of the new developments we have.
Cool. That's great. Couldn't be a better advocate for the city, Dave.
It reminds me, I want to share this one last story. You might get a kick out of this if you've never heard it, but when Paisley Boney first started the town center, had him on a panel discussion, and one of his famous quotes was, I bring people into Jacksonville from these high-end retailers. We put them in a helicopter. We pop up out of St. Augustine rather than Craig. Because I can take them through along the beach, along Ponte Vedra Boulevard, Sawgrass, Marsh Landing, and they're all going, oh yeah, those are our customers, those are our customers, oh yeah, oh yeah, yeah. And then they get down to negotiating, and after they really dug in, and this was when the town center was first coming out of the ground. His famous line on that panel was, but they tell me, yeah, but the women in Jacksonville still bait their own hooks. Have you ever heard that one?
No, that's a new one. I love it.
That was an actual quote. It made it into the business journal.
Yeah, that's hilarious.
But I've hung on to that one and remembered that for so long. That reminds me of a conversation that we were having just earlier, and that's the demographics here have really changed a lot. They don't bait their own hooks anymore.
No, not anymore.
No, definitely not. How you feeling about the Jags as we wrap up? How you guys
the biggest Jaguars fan is my brother.
Okay.
He is the senior vice president of our company, and he doesn't let me miss a game. And no matter how high we are or how low, we just keep on pushing. So
there you go.
No matter what, they're awesome.
Go Jags.
Yeah, it's just like when somebody.
This will be our year. I've said that every year on your show.
This may be it.
This is it.
This may be it. It may be real this time.
It's just like when somebody asks, how are you doing? You never want to hear those people that say, oh, I'm hanging in there.
Yeah, right.
I always say, I'm amazing.
That's right.
You don't know if I'm amazingly good or amazingly bad, but I'm amazing.
There you go. I love it. Thanks for being here.
Thank
David,
you.
appreciate it, my man.
Yeah, Tommy.
Always a pleasure. Always a pleasure. All right, make sure you check out Tiffany and David's profile. It's right there on the website, the dailynewsnetwork.com website. You'll see this conversation. You'll see thousands and thousands of others of all kinds of people doing all kinds of great things. And guess what?